talk about somebody real special tonight.
Hey,
I wanna scream so loud for you, 'cause I'm so proud of you. And let me tell you what I'm about to do. I know I act a fool, I promise you I'm going back to school. I appreciate what you allow for me, I just want you to be proud. I wanna tell the whole world about a friend of mine, this little light of mine.
What's up, everyone? It's Elvis from Slipstream. Yes, my name is Elvis. Everyone always, oh, Elvis, really? Oh, the king is back. But what's up, guys? How you guys doing today? Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to even clicking on the video and looking. This is my first time doing a solo vlog. I typically do the vlog with my cousin on this channel. We have a lot of other exciting videos, you know, funny videos, and we're only getting better. We're getting better with our editing. We're getting better with, you know, our content. So this is my first video. So for my first video, I thought it'd be only fitting to do a video about my grandmother, the woman that raised me, and meant everything to me. And you know, I still miss her to this day. She died when I was 11, and you know, I never forgotten about her. I'm pretty sure nobody else in our family has forgotten about her either, because she was just that much of an impactful person. And unfortunately, she died of cancer, ovarian cancer to be exact. And today, that's another thing I wanted to talk a little bit about. I wanted to talk a little bit about cancer, what it does to people, the people that have it, and what it does to the people around them. You know, the family. You know, not only the family that depend on them, because I don't mean like financially. I mean more that depend on them emotionally, and or just people that just in general in your family that you just love. You know, you never want to see them go. You never want to let them go. And the cancer, man, it's terrible. It tears us up. You know, I don't want to be a bummer on you guys, but you know, I'm gonna also talk about good stuff too. But yeah. So I like coming over here and looking a little bit. It's nice view. Nice view. Yeah, so my grandmother was the absolute rock of the family. You know, she was everything to everyone. She was, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that to everyone in the family. You know, she had her sons, all three of them. They were all in jail. Some were here in America, the others were in DR. She used to go back and forth from here, from DR to America, you know, to take the money, to make sure they were good, to visit them. You know, people over here in the family, she took people in that, you know, that were a part of the family, maybe like distant relatives, took them in, raised them like her own. It's not even a word for what she was. And her birthday is actually coming up April 6th. So that's another thing that made me want to talk about her. But yeah, I wanted to talk about just, you know, the cancer. You know, everyone, if you know someone with cancer, or if you've been diagnosed, you know, try to fight through it. Don't ever give up. Keep your attitude positive. You know, try to find, you know, alternative ways to try to keep yourself healthy, you know, other than, you know, just the chemotherapy or the pills or whatever they're giving you. And the people that are around these people that have the cancer, that are the family members, just give them 100% support. Give them full support. Always be there for them. Try to keep their spirits high. That's probably one of the most important things with cancer is keeping your spirits high. So yeah, you know, my grandmother, when she died, she was 60. I didn't even know she was 60. I thought, you know, from the way she was physically, not only, you know, with the way she looked, because she was, you know, she was a thicker Spanish lady, you know, but not with the way she looked, but with the way she was, you know, when it came to cleaning the house, to doing this, to going back and forth, and going to Manhattan to go get what she needs, and cooking, and making sure that, you know, that I had everything that I needed to have to go to school, and you know, and making sure that you know, I ate, always on point. Like, you would have thought she was like a 45-year-old woman with the way she was physically and how many things she did. When my mother told me she was 60, I couldn't believe it, that she, you know, she died at 60. I thought she was like 45. But yeah, that also plays into the part of what I'm talking about. The cancer just destroys the human being. Like, it destroys a human being. And when she first was diagnosed with cancer, my mother had set it up so that she had chemo Monday through Friday, and it was after school, because she needed someone to be there with her, you know, after the chemo, because it makes them like very fatigued. And so I would go, my mother would drive us to the hospital, and she would do chemo every day. I think it was like an hour or 2 hours, and you know, depending on how many people were there. And she would do the chemo. She would come out, and even then she would still come out and want to clean the house, and like that's just how much of a strong woman she was. You know, she want to cook. Oh, you know, you have everything to eat, you're good. And at the time, you know, I was a kid, so I saw it as, oh yeah, she's gonna do the chemo and she's gonna be good. You know, she's gonna get rid of this. She's gonna fight this. It's gonna be over. So we did that for a year, every day, Monday through Friday, chemotherapy. So after that was done, she actually had left to DR, you know, to go tend to, you know, her sons that she had in jail over there. And she went to go tend to them, and she came back from DR like 4 months later. At the time, I didn't know why. I just saw the doctor appointments and everything that I used to go with her and my mother. And I'm like, okay, you know, why are we going to the doctor so much now all of a sudden? You know, the cancer's over. So we find out, you know, that the cancer is back, and now there's nothing they can do. You know, at the time, it hadn't really, it didn't really hit me like, oh, that there's nothing they can do, because like I said, I was 11. So I figured, you know, they were giving her medicine and stuff like that still, but it wasn't the save your life medicine. It was just the make you comfortable medicine. So after that she lasted I think like 6 or 7 months. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember, since I was 11. She was such an impactful person that every single body that she touched in the family, like literally everybody in the family, at some point in time was in the house taking care of her, because people felt like they had to. People felt like they had to take care of her because she took care of so many people. We literally saw her slowly just, you know, deteriorate. You know, like she got to the point where she couldn't really walk anymore. You know, she couldn't do things for herself. We had to, you know, help her, give her a bath. Like, it just, to see someone so strong go from, you have to give them a bath, they can't really talk to you, you know, to tell you really what they want. But at the point, you know, with hand signals and stuff, you know, we knew what she wanted and whatever, and, you know, to make her comfortable. But to see someone go from there to that is just the most horrible thing that you can see. And I'm pretty sure it's not only cancer. I'm pretty sure there's other diseases and stuff that cause that other people go through. But it was just heartbreaking. And at the time, you know, I feel so bad because I mean, I felt bad. I don't feel bad anymore. I understand now a little bit. But at the time, you know, after a funeral and everything, during those times, I wasn't really even crying. You know, like, everybody was bawling in tears. You know, people were on the floor in tears because she impacted that many people. They were on the floor in tears at her funeral, on the floor in tears. You know, when she died in the room. And I never cried. Like, me, the person that was possibly one of the closest people to her, because I was raised by her. My mother used to work or whatever, and I basically, you know, my grandmother, I lived with my grandmother. So I used to sleep there. I slept in her room. I actually used to sleep in her bed till I was like 6 or 7 years old. I don't care, I say it. You know, I used to sleep in her bed till I was like 6 or 7 years old, and then they put my bed in front of her bed. So my bed was like in front of her bed for the remainder of the time till I was like, I forgot how old, and then I moved to the other room. Not till 10 or 11. Don't make fun of me, but yeah, I used to actually I was so close to her, and I just couldn't cry. Like, a part of me felt like I knew what was gonna happen, but then a part of me, I look at it now, being older, and a part of me knows that I guess I just never really faced what happened. I never really faced the you know, what was happening at the time. So I just didn't cry. I actually was, and it sounds so fucking wrong, but I actually used to watch things of comedy, and you would see me laughing. And it sounds so wrong, but I was trying so hard not to think about what was happening, you know? And that's one thing that I always, to this day, I feel bad about, because it's like, you know, why couldn't you? I later on, when I was a teenager, you know, I cried about it and I thought about it, but it was like, at the time, it was like, yo, why, you know, why aren't you, you know, what's going on? Why aren't you bawling out like everyone else? Like, I used to literally go to sleep. I remember I'd go to sleep on her legs on the couch almost daily. Like, it was like a routine. Like, you know, it'd be time that it get late, she'd be sitting on the couch, and I'd go to sleep on her legs, and then my grandfather would carry me to the room and put me on the bed. But yeah. So it was ovarian cancer, and the worst part about it is that now that I'm older, I actually found out that it was a misdiagnosis.
And I'ma get you that mansion that we couldn't afford. See, you're unbreakable, unmistakable, highly capable lady that's making loot, a living legend too. Just look at what heaven do. Send us an angel, and I think, mama, I wanna scream so loud for you, 'cause I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you what I'm about to do. I know I